Sadly enough, I don't even want to say this out loud. What you do? Online dating. Have I done it? I mean, it's tea time. Welcome to Nathalie's Tea Corner, where I sit down and spill the tea about myself. It's been such a long time since I've done a questions and answers that I figured I'll sit down and answer some questions so you guys can get to know me a little bit better. It may be a long one, so grab something to drink. Also, if you hear music, it's my neighbors because they decided to have a party at 3 o'clock today. That being said, let's get started. Alright, so let's jump right into Twitter. If you guys aren't following me on Twitter, you're missing out clearly because I tweet funny memes, philosophical things, and just like interesting things. I'm just pretty cool on Twitter, just saying, but thank you so much for everyone that actually sent me tweets. First question, what is a bad habit you wish you could break? I don't even think I want to mention this, but I guess cursing, because I curse a lot. It's one of my resolutions this year to not curse as much. I mean, I've gotten better, but you know. Favorite Dominican dish. My favorite Dominican dish has to be pastelón de plátano maduro. I think I've mentioned this before, but I love pastelón de plátano maduro, especially like during Thanksgiving and Christmas. Oh, and habichuela con dulce. Is that random? It's not even a dish, it's like a dessert, but we usually do it during Semana Santa, which I am looking forward to it. Favorite video you filmed? Love you. Love you too. I feel like it has to be my reaction video to Miss Universe, the very first one I made with my cousin, because that was hilarious. Like, looking back at that video, I still laugh every time. I don't know, it was definitely one of my favorites. What are your favorite New York City restaurants? I got a few questions about New York, honestly, so if you guys want me to do a totally separate video on New York City and like living here, just related with New York City, let me know in the comments below. But my favorite restaurant has to be Vapiano's. I love it. It's so good. I love Italian food. It's in Union Square and I take everyone there. I actually went on a date there, and after that date I decided to take everyone to that restaurant. So the next question is one that I really wanted to touch on because I feel like it's something that we all go through it and I don't really talk about it much on my channel. But thank you so much, Angie, for asking this. And she says, have you ever found yourself battling with depression or some other mental health issue? And if so, how do you overcome it or make yourself feel better? Or what are some things that you do when you catch yourself thinking negative? Alright, so depression and mental health. I feel like we all go through it, just as some people deal with it differently. Some people know how to deal with it, others get stuck on that hole and it just they seem like they can't get out of it. I personally feel like I've been in both sides, that I know how to deal with it. The way that I've done it is basically hang out with friends more often, make some activities, or try to distract myself from what's getting me depressed. And I've also been on the other side, actually more now than ever for some reason, that you feel like you can get out of it or that it's not gonna get better. And it's a lot harder because your mind just plays games with you, and sometimes it actually doesn't help you to move forward when you just constantly think about that one negative thing that makes you sad or depressed. So hanging out with friends and going out more, it's definitely a way for you to overcome that or help you deal with it. But honestly, like, there's days that I really don't want to text anyone or talk to anyone. Hey Bernie! Just lost my train of thought. But depression is a hard one because it's not something that anyone, not even a doctor, can give you medicine for it and you'll get better. Like, yeah, there's things that can help you a little bit, but it won't necessarily go away ever. It's just something that you yourself have to work on and want to change and live a happier life, because if you don't make that initial step, it's never gonna get better. So I do want to say though that it's okay to not be okay and to be sad and depressed at times, but also try to put that aside and move forward in life, because that's what I do when I'm depressed. Hopefully that made sense. I don't know. Next question is from Janibel. She says, what is your favorite Dominican phrase? I have a lot, actually. If you guys want me to make a separate video on like my favorite Dominican phrases, or even a video with my mom and her saying the phrases that she has told me all my life, I can totally do that for you guys. But my favorite one is el que busca encuentra, because it's true. It means like if you're looking for it, you're gonna find it. Not necessarily in the literal way, but like, let's say that you think that your boyfriend is cheating on you and you try and go find clues like either on his social media or like in the house and stuff. Girl, best believe you're gonna find something. You're gonna find it and you're not gonna be happy. Trust. Next question is, what advice or quote do you live by, and what is one thing every woman should try at least once in her life? Love you very much. Love you so much. Love you too, by the way. My favorite quote or phrase that I live by, I don't think it's necessarily a quote, but it's no expectations, no disappointments. I am living by it. It's something that I'm definitely working on. I actually added it on my resolutions this year to stop expecting things from people, like actions. I personally have this bad habit of thinking that people will act the same way that I would or give the same way that I would give. It could be like being there for someone and that person not being there for you as much as you would be there for them. Little things like that, it's something that I'm definitely working on, and to stop expecting from people. So that one, 0 to 100 real quick on that one. But no expectations, no disappointments, and something that every woman should try at least once in their life. That's hard. I guess travel alone, because it's so like, oh, if you're a girl you shouldn't be traveling alone. I personally haven't done it either, but I definitely want to like travel one day by myself and see how that goes. So yeah, let's make that a resolution for both of us to maybe one day travel alone. All right, let's move on to Instagram. We got a few questions, and the first one is something that you guys have been asking me a lot. Not necessarily just you guys, but especially during the holidays, from my family, friends, or just random people that don't even know me. I get it, you know, it's something that we all want to know, but it is, ¿y el novio pa' cuando? Girl, you're a savage for that one. I mean, I don't know. Same question to the universe, I guess. It doesn't bother me. I've gotten quite used to it by now, but I am personally not necessarily looking for, but if it comes, great. If it doesn't, that's my answer. Yeah, another boyfriend question. This one is boyfriend question mark. Have you ever been in love? Have you been heartbroken? And give us the tea. Well, the tea, I'm gonna give it to you guys right now. Just kidding. Like I mentioned, no boyfriend. And have I ever been in love? I don't think so. I've liked people a lot, but it's not, I don't consider it love. Have you been heartbroken? To be heartbroken, you have to be in love, I feel. But I have been disappointed or let down, so if that counts. I actually got really good feedback on my being single in New York City video, and I'm low-key thinking of making another one and like how to deal with the pressure of having a boyfriend, or another video about that. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below, or like specific topics that you want me to talk about in that video about being single and stuff. Because moving on, is travel in your plans this year? If so, where would you like to go this time? I actually really want to travel this year, like to way too many places, and I think I'm not going to be able to go to all of them. But I have written down Spain. I am dying to go to Spain. Let me know if you guys like recommend Madrid or Barcelona better, but I really want to go to Spain. Italy, Greece. I am dying to go to Greece too. Oh, and I might be going to Romania, as random as that sounds, because my aunt is moving over there, so I'm excited. If you didn't live in New York City, where would you want to live? It could be in the US or a different country. Love all your videos. Thank you. I've mentioned this before, and I genuinely really like living in New York. Like, I don't necessarily see myself living anywhere else. I'm an East Coaster, what can I say? I like the good and the negative about New York, but the weather, it is making me like think it twice, especially in the winter. Like, that's when I catch myself thinking like, you know, maybe New York is just not for me. Dude, it gets brutal here in the winter. And then the summer times are really humid and hot, although I prefer being 110 degrees outside. Long answer and getting sidetracked here. I really liked London when I went because it reminded me a lot of New York. The only thing is that, you know, I totally looked past the fact that it rains there a lot, and that I wouldn't do. I would rather do winter than rain. I really dislike rain. So for now, New York. But since you stay here, if you didn't live in New York City, sadly enough, I don't even want to say this out loud because I feel like I'm betraying myself, but LA, man, I've been thinking about it. What are your favorite spots to hang out in New York City? I can make a totally separate video on this. I know I've mentioned this before, but right now let's answer this. My favorite spots are Slate, New York, like hanging out wise. I like meatpacking area because there's a bunch of different rooftops. The only thing is that you do have to be 21 and older. They're really strict here with that. 235th, I like Vapiano's. It's a really chill place to hang out to. You can only have one for the rest of your life. Salami or Plátanos. Girl, you're really doing that to me? You're gonna do me that dirty? Oh my god, that's so hard. You guys, you don't understand how much I love salami and plátanos. Like, I love tostones with salami, I love mango with salami, I like mofongo with salami. I like plátano in all shapes and forms and sizes. I appreciate the plátano, you know? Salami is not good for you, and I know that. Like, my mom has forced me to see videos on how it's made and like, oh my god, look how bad it's for you, but I still like it. And but if I would have to choose, I guess I'll choose plátano for the rest of my life, because I could just longaniza, you know, and eggs. There's alternatives. What is your biggest fear? Love you, Nat. Love you too. I feel like if I mention it, I'll give myself away, especially if I mention like an animal. but my biggest fear would have to be being in an accident. This has changed throughout the years, but for some reason right now is being in an accident. I don't know why, but I just been thinking a lot about it and like, oh my gosh, what would happen if I'm in an accident? So yeah, like being in a really bad accident, that's something that I fear a lot. Dying, I guess, not necessarily like afterlife, but the way that I would die, it's something that I definitely fear. I don't want to die in pain, basically. Also, losing someone I love is, whew, my biggest fear for sure. Ha! I got a good one. Would you do online dating? If so, what are your thoughts? Here we go again with the boyfriend thing. I don't have anything against online dating. I feel like it's so common now, and it's actually a really convenient way to meet people, because in our generation, you know, like meeting someone casually, it's not a thing anymore. We don't just casually go to a bar and casually meet someone, because I feel like, especially in New York City, when you go to a bar, you don't even I don't get approached like that, guys. All right, I just want you guys to know this, that I'm not approachable. I don't know, I'm not approachable, and I know that. Have I done it? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I did make an online account once, and I have gone on like 2 dates probably. It gets boring after a while, and in those sites, 90% of those people I feel like are not there for the right reasons. They're douchebags or just want like a one-night stand, and that's all they're looking. Maybe I'm just not looking right, but my opinion about it, I'm not against it. I feel like right now in this time and age is something quite common, and it's a nice way to meet people or friends if you want online. I actually saw here on YouTube someone hijacking someone's Tinder account, and that was hilarious. I kind of want to do it, but I feel like I don't have any friends that would be down to do that. So back to the questions. What has been the best gift you received, and what has been some of the worst? By the way, love your channel. I subscribed last summer. I have been hooked. Dominican power. Thank you so much. Platano power all the way. Favorite gift? I personally like sentimental gifts, or gifts that I can make a memory with you. So I guess you could say activities. But favorite gift that I ever received was the one that my mom gave me a few years ago to go see the Rockettes together. To me, it was super sentimental, especially because she didn't have the money then, and she pulled through and gave it to me. So again, thank you so much, Mom. I had so much fun that day. Worst gift? I mean, I don't consider a gift being bad, no matter if it doesn't fit you or it's something that you didn't want. If somebody had the initial thought of getting you something, that by itself, it's an amazing thing. So I don't think I've gotten like a bad gift, just things that don't fit me, I guess. What's your ideal first date? I guess an activity. I'm an activity kind of girl. I like making memories with the person. It's also an easy way to break the ice, you could say, although, you know, now that I think about it, it's not the best first date if you don't necessarily know the person too well. So a more chill first date. I actually like coffee shops or dinner. Movies I like, even though I know you can't talk during the movies, but I personally love going to the movies, so I don't mind it being a first date. Maybe that's why I don't date. I'm not good at it. What is your favorite fun childhood memory of DR? Oh my gosh, I have so many, because as some of you guys know, I was born in DR, raised here. One that really comes to mind right now, I think it was Sundays. We would always go to El Monumento, me, my mom, my padrino, my aunt, and my cousin, and it was just the best times ever, because you could just go and park the car on the top and listen to music, see the view. We would blast music, they would drink beer, and me and my cousin would just like slide down the little hill and stuff. It was just the best memories for me. You can't do that anymore, which I found out 2 years ago when I went, the fact that you can't play music there or even take the car up there. So yeah, that's that. Also, going to my grandparents' house in El Campo was one of my best memories with my cousins. We would call it La Casa Grande, and we would just go and adventure off, and there were many times that I was, you know, I almost died, but looking back at it now, it was fun. So while I was screenshotting questions, I actually found out that I have a fan account, so thank you so much, Francina, for making that. She says, what advice would you give to beginners on YouTube? Love you so much. Love you so much more. Advice, I guess, be genuine, be consistent, and be authentic. So try to bring something to the table that's not already so saturated, because let me tell you, the beauty community, super saturated. The vlogging community, super saturated. YouTube in general is just super saturated, and there's just too much of everything now. So just try to be as genuine and as different in a way. What is one thing in your bucket list that you would like to accomplish this year? It's driving. I really want to get my license this year. It's already in my mind. I actually signed up for classes last March, like last March, and I never went back. I took 2 classes, a guy scared me, and I just never went back. So this year for sure I have to go and get my license. La best friend asks, what is your favorite Dimple song ever? Only one choice, LOL. That's so hard. I love them both. There was a time in my life where I was a super hit. I knew every single one. I still know them. Actually, if you guys want to see a throwback favorite them both song playlist, let me know in the comments below because I am down for that. Favorite them both song has to be Watagata Pitusberry for sure because that song, it was just so lit. Let's actually play a little bit.
Honeycomb berry. I'm feeling so dirty. Baby, you and spaghetti. Tírame por el blackberry. I'm on when it's very. Be happy. Don't worry. Yes. What I got the Beatlesberry?
Alright, enough. Because if not, I can play the whole entire song for you guys and get lit. Oh, I got another question about growing your YouTube channel from Simply Ali. Like I mentioned, just be authentic, genuine, upload constantly. Because the more you upload, the more you'll get noticed. But also don't just upload to upload. Like make sure the video and content is good and not just half-ass things, if you know what I mean. Is there anyone on social media or celebrity crush that you have besides Romeo? That's hilarious, the fact that you know Romeo is #1. But I have a social media or YouTube crush, you could say, but that's for another video. Jill asked, what is your ultimate dream to accomplish? For me, it would have to be buy my mom a house, but I don't want to mention it too loud because my mom watches every single video of mine, so thank you so much, Mom. Yeah. Steph asked, how do you deal with feeling lonely? I know we all feel it at a point. I feel like that ties somewhat close with depression and mental health in a way. We definitely all go through feeling lonely at a point, and it could be like you have a bunch of people around you and you still feel lonely, because that happens to me a lot. For some reason, very often for me now, that you feel like an emptiness in you in a way. I don't know how to describe it, but it's definitely similar to the depression answer that I gave earlier, which is hanging out with friends or finding activities and things to do to get you out of that funk. I'm not the greatest giving advice, as you can see. Last question is, what is your one regret in life? P.S. Love you, girly. Love you too. And my biggest regret has to be, I personally live life by not having any regrets, to be honest with you. I know it's super cliche, but everything you do or decisions you make, good or negative, are always going to basically make you a better person. If it's negative, it's going to make you stronger, or it's going to be a lesson learned. And if it's positive, you're going to be a better person. So that's kind of how I see regrets. But if I would have to mention something, it would have to be not starting YouTube when I wanted to start YouTube. I started watching YouTube back in 2007, and that's when I wanted to make videos. I was in 7th grade then, and I was just way too shy to pull out a camera and film myself. Now that I see it, if I would have started back then, being as awkward as I was or as hard as I thought it was going to be, it would have been so much better in this point of my life. Especially since YouTube has gotten so saturated, it's a lot harder to be noticed, but everything happens for a reason, so I do appreciate the fact that I didn't start that early. So yeah, that was basically all the time we have for Tea with Natalie. I hope you guys enjoyed and found some things about me that you didn't know. Subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and see you next time. Bye! I feel like it looks like I have a robe on, but I don't, and now I'm wishing I did. So I'm not sure. I don't know yet. When is that weird? I don't know.
Estaba nevando y me puse mi coat. Vas a pelarme pa' ponerme en flow. Atrás del dos, suave, slow. Te lo voy a decir en inglés pa' que me entienda. You know, easy. What is this Marilyn Monroe? What is this Germany out of this road?
Fun fact, that's not tea or coffee, that's soda.